We go, our first attempt at this. So, hopefully now you've watched the video, Mythbusters video. If you haven't, stop it, go back and watch it. What we're going to do is we have 50 subjects and we are going to draw an outline of an experiment. We've done this before. So, take the 50 people, draw a little arrow, say, what's the first thing we do, right? We have 50 people we're going to randomly assign. So, little arrow, random assignment, then two arrows, and you have two groups. Of the two groups, 34 is in group 1, 16 in group 2. What are we going to do to those groups? The first group, we give them a yawn seed. The second group, no yawn seed. Then we compare the results. So you've done that before. So that's what you want to put here. Just put a little flow chart of what's going on. Down here, we're going to talk about, all right, here's our two-way table of the data, the results that the Mythbusters came up with. And P1, again, they're establishing what P1 and P2 are, their parameters. These are the parameters. P1, the true proportion of people who, given the yawn seed, will yawn, and what percentage of those people did that happen to. So what we're looking at is, did they get a yawn seed? Yes. How many of them yawn? 10 out of 34. That's what goes right here. Second part, the true portion of people who given no yawn seed will yawn. So when we talk about no yawn seed here, 4 out of 16. What is the difference? So we do P1 minus P2. You can put that right here. Do the data provide some evidence that yawning is contagious? Why? So think about it. If it wasn't contagious, what would you expect these two to be? And then put your answer here. We'll talk about it. We'll come back and I'll show you the answers in the end. We'll go over it all. So the people in the video, the co-hosts, they say they have convincing evidence. Do you agree with them? So what we're going to do is an activity. You're not actually going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to show you, I'll create the data for you so you will have it, and then you will just use it to analyze what's going on. So in this particular instance, the last thing we're going to do before I go back and actually show you how I'm going to do a little experiment ourselves is what's the null hypothesis. So if we believe that it doesn't affect, that it has nothing to do with it, right? That's what the null means. So what would I expect to happen between P1 minus P2? What would I expect it to be? So think about that, and we'll come back to that and state. So we're expecting the treatment doesn't affect whether or not the person yawns. What would we expect P1 minus P2 to equal? And that will be our null hypothesis. I'm screwing this all up trying to end it. I hit the wrong button.